So by this point, I think almost all of you have seen our 10-year anniversary WR700 Grizzly build, and you know that I am really impressed with how it turned out. But I have had a lot of people asking for more information. So here you go. Now, when I told you that we accomplished our goal and made the Grizzly into a very capable sport ute ATV that could stand up to the Scrambler and Renegades, I don't think I emphasized enough just how capable this ATV truly became. I had high hopes, but I knew that we were working with a chassis that was not designed with a sport side application. Sure, we had done it 10 years ago, and the end result was a very capable sport ute, but a lot of water has passed under the Grizzly bridge, and I just didn't know if all of the refinement to make the Grizzly a well-mannered and comfortable utility ATV would allow us to increase in real-world performance and rideability. Obviously it did, and I am impressed. Like, so impressed that I think that Yamaha really needs to take a hard look at this vehicle, because there are so many Yamaha faithfuls asking, no, screaming for something just like it, and I think the potential is definitely here. But on to something more. Two questions, two things I've been asked a lot. Is there anything stock on the vehicle that we left that didn't fully follow through and maybe had any issues with? And number two, is there anything left yet to do? First up, the durability question. Did we experience anything that didn't stand up? Truthfully, no. Nothing has succumbed to the extra abuse, faster pace, and harder hits this build has taken. Now, I will tell you that previous to our build, we did have a tie rod grade on a bit of a curve after kissing a rock riding down the trail in stock form. So to me, the stock tie rods will need to be upgraded, as I have heard from quite a few folks of similar issues in stock form. So now with our beefed up suspension, heavier tire and wheel package, and more aggressive riding, I imagine that the stock tie rod will be even less happy with us. But all in all, we did not experience any failures of the stock components when adding all these extra performance improvements on. And for that, I have to give Yamaha some big time credit for building a very solid Grizzly. Now, the second and possibly most important question, is there anything that I would still like to do to the Grizzly build? And this is where it gets interesting. I guess the real answer here lies in how everyday rideable do we want this thing to be. I didn't set out on this build to make a Grizzly that's super unattainable for the average guy to build. I wanted this to be a Grizzly for the person who likes to work on their ATV and sees the potential of the Grizzly, plus loves the reliability of Yamaha. I believe we accomplished this. Now, moving forwards, I do see some steps that can be taken, but that's not without what I imagine will be a decrease in overall reliability in the long run. Sure, EHS Racing hooked us up with the upgraded air intake cover, the new air intake that was massive, the billet adapter for that huge filter, and also the fuel programmer. But in terms of engine performance mods, these are fairly tame. We didn't touch anything internally. Now, would I like to? The answer is both yes and no. I want to go for broke with the Grizzly and let a company like EHS have their way with the 700, but I also realize that this will be a next level build and will change the focus of the Grizzly somewhat. Do I think there's more available from the 700? Oh, I know that there is. And with a full engine build, I do believe we could have something here that would, dare I say, even rival the bigger bore sport four-wheel drive builds from other manufacturers. But at what cost, both financially as well as reliability-wise? And this is where I want to leave the answer to you. Seriously, I want to know what you guys think that we should do with this build. Do we leave it as it is current and let it live out its life like this? Or do we take it to the next level? Reach out to us on our socials as well as our webpage and let us know what you think should be done with the WR700 in the 2025 year.